If you're planning on buying any cards from TCG Player, make sure you use our affiliate link right here in the description of our video to help support the channel. It's the best way to do it and it's free.
Looking for PTGO codes? Potown Store has all the latest sets and promos, instantly delivered to your email. You can use Tableman code when checking out for 5% off. Card Market is Europe's largest online marketplace for Pokemon cards. Whether you're looking for sealed product or singles, vintage or the latest sets, just follow the link in the description to find what you need. Want to show off your love for Tablemon? Check out my 2021 merch. These new hoodies and shirts are available on Amazon. Click on the link in the description to get yours. This video is sponsored by the Pokemon TCG deck building website PokemonCard.io. Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new day here at TCG World. Thanks so much for tuning in. We are going to be revisiting SUICUNE V, as it has been doing decently well at tournaments, and it gained the fantastic Manaphy to protect the bench and potentially help it in performing better than it used to. Now SUICUNE has the fleet-footed ability, which allows you to draw an extra card if this Pokemon is in the active spot. You may draw a card, and then you have the Blizzard Rondo doing 20 damage plus 20 more for each benched Pokemon. Now, one thing stopping this deck from succeeding was the fact that you cannot place damage counters onto Mew VMAX with Fusion Strike Energy, therefore never achieving the 1 KO, but now Choice Belt allows you to get that bonus damage and gets you to the one-shots as long as you can pull off the LUDICOLO with it. And we have Manaphy to protect the bench from Rapid Strike, Urshifu, and Jolteon, which, even though we have weakness, might still be manageable, right, depending on the matchup. So we have Melanie, of course, to power up. We have Boss's Orders to target down. We have Right Hand to power up. We have a single copy of Marnie, so a very, very greedy list. This was the highest performing, let me credit the player, this was the highest performing SUICUNE LUDICOLO by Inferno Hippo, right? At the latest late night tournament. So, I mean, props to him for pulling this off with a single copy of Marnie, and that's it, right? No other supporters. So, very impressive to be able to pull that off, I would say. And we have Ultra Ball, we have Low Ball, we have Quick Ball, we have Incense, we have the two buckets, 5 energies, 2 captures. So honestly, it feels like a greedy list, but you have to be greedy when you're playing something like this. We're trying to get that bonus damage with Enthusiastic Dance, allowing you to do 100 more damage by attacks from your basic Pokemon during the turn you evolve. We have Scoop of Net, of course, to recycle the ability. Forward Candy definitely seems a little excessive. I think 3 would definitely be more than enough, along with a Scoop of Net, and that's where I would add the extra Marnie and perhaps a research, but not going to question the results. And then, of course, we have Quick Shooting, a single copy, though, and double Shady Dealing. So, prioritizing the fact that you want to search for stuff rather than placing those damage counters. So, that's the deck. Let's jump in the ladder, see how we do. Alright, so here we go with our first game. Seems like we're up against a fire deck, so obviously that's gonna be really good right here for us. I've been not having any idea because of my Bidoof deck leaves, but oh, interesting. So showcasing the fire deck box because of the Oricorio, but actually very sneakily it's a Mew VMAX deck, so nice by my opponent. That immediately tells me they have, at least one Genesect, probably access to 2 more. Nice starting hand. Just a double raw in-hand Genesect plus Battle VIP passes. That's pretty ridiculous. pretty ridiculous. We can still get a one-shot with the Choice Belt, however, on a Mew VMAX beyond the Oricorio, so that's going to be something very important to consider right here, I believe. Alright, so a little bit of an underwhelming turn, I would say, for my opponent. I'm going to start off with a fleet-footed right here. I'm not interested in knocking out this Oricorio. I am interested, though, in getting a potential return KO on the Mew V at some point. And the Game of Toughness definitely helps me potentially survive the turn, which is very useful. And so to start things off, I'm just going to have double Sobble with double SUICUNE. I think that's pretty good. Actually, I don't have anything else. I actually do not have anything else at all, so important to thin, I would say. This is an out, this is potentially an out. I don't believe I'm gonna be requiring boss's orders, so pretty scary. I'm not gonna lie, pretty darned scary at the moment. So I'm gonna establish the load that. Okay, so I have Water Energy is a good card to draw, but not the best. Obviously, my opponent's not gonna play Path to a Peak, right? I feel like every time I say, obviously, a Mew VMAX player will not play this card, like a Marnie, it gets played. A second copy of Marnie, it gets played. So I guess I shouldn't speak in absolutes. Any Evolution Incense, any Drizzle, any Level Ball, the Ultra Ball, any Shady Dealings in Talion, and the one Marnie, right? So we have a good amount of outs of the next two cards to help us get going, but we're definitely not quite there yet. Wow. Their hand is so good that they can actually afford to Ultra Ball away Ultra Ball rather than keeping that card. So I don't know what the last card is in their hand. Something they didn't play, so it's not an Alessa, it's not an Energy, it's not a switching card. It was something that they valued so much over an Ultra Ball, which is really interesting. There's no threat of Meloetta. I should be surviving this set, I imagine. Even though they do get to play the Alessa Sparkle, that's completely fine. Only attaching one energy. That's not necessarily an indication that the energy is priced, but our goal is back-to-back KOs with Mew, right? Or if we take a hit right now and we can dish one back, then we can knock out the Mew VMAX afterwards, and then we play to the one-shot of the Mew VMAX. That's the plan right here. So we can definitely pull it off as long as I don't get completely rolled over by my draws. Wait, what? Oh, wait, what? Oh, they did play 2 power tablets. I did not even realize that. Okay, that's really scary. They are down one boss, probably have another one. Wow. Fair enough, I did not realize they did play the 2 power tablets. Alright, so nothing to do with this draw, nothing playable at all. So, on to the next one. So, Mew just doing Mew things in the previous game. Not much you can do about that. But, yeah, I mean, now I have triple level balls, so I'll definitely have access to drizzles and whatnot. Alright, so now we're up against Gengar VMAX. That deck definitely plays into the Ludicolo, so as long as we can do our strategy, right, which is something we couldn't do the previous game, which only playing one Marnie is extremely greedy. However, so the one card that could have been different could have been that rare candy that I was holding on to, right? That rare candy could have actually become a different card, and that would have lent itself to if that had been a researcher Marnie, then maybe we would have been able to play just a little bit more. Now this hand's like it's good, don't get me wrong, it's good, but it's also pretty ridiculous to have all these cards. Fully expect a Sobble to go down. I also priced another one, so getting an attack off is going to be very difficult next turn, unless my opponent somehow whiffs an attack, because I need a Quick Ball to search for Suicune, a Bucket, and a Melanie, and a switching card. So I would have to grab Drizzle. No, I don't think I can actually pull it off. Not with the hand that I currently have, so yeah, it's not looking great. Wow, Bidoof has 2 retreat? What the heck? That's a fat Bidoof right there. 2 retreat cost on the Bidoof. That is very odd to me. I mean, best case scenario, my opponent fails to do anything here, right? Like they don't get the attack off. Okay, can I pull this off? I don't think I can, right? So if I evolve the active Drizzle, search for Quick Ball, and I get the Suicune, then I don't have to discard anymore. If I evolve the bench Drizzle, oh, okay, I think that's it. So yeah, okay, no, actually I can, I think. Okay, so I'm gonna search for the bucket, right? Then I will go ahead. Okay, so I can't do it. I don't know why I was getting so confused. Grab the Drizzle, evolve, grab the Quick Ball, and then we will Quick Ball. Now the follow-up is gonna be rough, but it is what it is. All right, now I scoop up net, right? That's pretty good. Now I get to promote the Suicune, now I get to evolve, now I get to Melanie, and now we're in a pretty good spot. Not the best. Best case scenario, we get a Suicune off of this Melanie. That would be pretty fantastic. Which we do not. Alright, so then the question becomes, do I want to bench another Lotad? Would my opponent ever choose to go boss KO the Lotad in fear of what they're seeing right now? I don't think so, right? I generally don't think so. And then there's a solid chance that I'll be able to knock out the Gengar next turn. Alright, and there's one card that I would have needed. So, I mean, we're gonna have to knock out back-to-back Gengar VMAXs, I guess. No way around that either. Knocking out the Bidoof helped me get access to a resource, but it won't change much in the grand scheme of things regarding the prize cards, I think. But that's fine. That's fine. Because we can whiff one turn and still pull it off, I believe. Or can we? Like, I get return KO, they get return KO. As long as I don't overbench, I should have a bonus turn to pull it off. So that's going to be what it comes down to. Path to a Peak. They grab Croat. Oh, please don't play Croat. It's your own Path to a Peak. Discarding that Marnie might indicate Path to a Peak. Like that that they were considering playing that Croat, right? And they do. No, friend. And they discarded their supporter, so I don't know if they had another supporter. Based on the way they've played, skeptical that they had another supporter, but what are you gonna do? Okay, so now I have an excess amount of Lotads. Okay, so the cool part is I definitely don't need to use LUDICOLO to get this KO. So now things are actually really good. So we'll go ahead and evolve you, and then I can grab Melanie. And I mean, I can grab the cape, I guess, potentially shielding me from a KO next turn, which would be pretty fantastic, obviously. The less KOs my opponent takes, usually the better it will be, right? And then we pick up the Intillion, and now I literally have like as many pieces as I could hope for. I am considering evolving into this Drizzle, because then I still have access to a Drizzle, and I have access to double potential shady dealing, so I'm actually going to do it. And I will not be grabbing something super crucial that I will need next turn in case I get more need, right? So, I mean, I already have a boss. I'm going to grab the Marnie, because if my opponent gets return KO, I'm definitely not going to play Marnie. So it feels like sort of a waste, but I don't think it is. Yeah, I'm evolving more to have access to an Intillion rather than, like, to potential double shady dealings Intillion, rather than for me needing the Marnie at that particular stage. We'll see. We'll see. I might get punished for it, I might get rewarded for it, we'll see. My opponent did discard the Marnie. Okay, so they do have another Marnie. They also not choosing to use Single Strike Roar to thin their deck before they Marnie, which increases the chances that they draw the energy and therefore they could be in trouble. So questionable decisions being made by my opponent. This hand is not great. But like I said, I have, even if my opponent manages return KO here, I have a couple of turns to pull this off. There's a Gengar VMAX. Once again, I really emphasize that they need to use Single Strike Roar before drawing cards. What if they draw the Single Strike energy and then they can't use their ability, right? Like, I don't understand. Although they priced both of their other energies, which I would find hard to believe. Possible, yes, but unlikely, I would say. But hey, they pulled it off. They do get their return KO, and I am not going to be able to do a return KO right here. At least I don't think so. So I have access to one Drizzle. But I will need to use the Scoop of Nets for that. Okay, as long as I don't bench a Suicune this turn, I should be able to pull this off over the course of 2 turns. The issue is a lot of really good cards went to the bottom of my deck right now. Alright, I'm probably gonna end up sacrificing a Loaded this turn. There's a Ludicolo. How does that help me? So they're down 3 Marnies. So do I play to the fact that they probably won't Marnie me? So I'm gonna do this, right? If I'm gonna lose something, I'd rather lose a Loaded. Like, I'm okay losing a Loaded here. So then I'm gonna evolve here. And then what do I grab? Incense gets me this, but I'm missing another switching card, which I have one of, a Quick Ball, and a Raihan. So with this, oh, can I pull it off? Ooh. Can I? I'm having a hard time visualizing this. So I grab this, and then I go Quick Ball plus Raihan. Yeah, actually, I think I got it. Quick Ball plus Raihan. I might not have it though, because they limited their bench. No, I should still be able to. So I'll grab 2. Oh, just 1. Okay, that's okay. So we'll go Quick Ball, the Suicune, and let me just do this in my head. So I will go bench the Suicune, attach the energy, Raihan onto it, grab the Scoop Up Net, Rare Candy into Ludicolo, fill up my bench, and that leaves the Suicune powered up, right? And then I do 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 14. Wait, am I 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12? What the heck? 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, plus 100, exactly knockout. So unless I mess something up, I believe I am able to pull this off right here. So I'll do this, and then I'll do this for another switch, and then we'll do this. So literally all the cards in my hand were played. And yes, I almost clicked no. And bada bing, bada boom. Oh, 20. What? Where did I go wrong? Okay, that was very that was not easily seen. Even though the cards that I had in my hand like played to that, there were a lot of moving pieces, right? Like a lot of moving pieces. But I'm proud of that win. Yeah, let's jump into another game. Alrighty, so we lost the coin flip yet again, which actually probably should have prompted the Loaded, but at least I get to draw a card. Alright. Alrighty. Okay, now I have access to cards. Thanks to the rare candy into Intillion, right? Into Shady Dealings. If I top deck a water energy or a bucket, or if I'm able to get it off of this fleet-footed, then that would be pretty great. Now, SUICUNE with a fighting energy. I have no idea what that means. In fact, okay, I'm just gonna straight up. I could thin a card, but I don't think that's worth it because my discards are not easy right here. Okay, and keeping the quick ball opens up the discard for Melanie next turn. So I think keeping the quick ball right there was a crucial aspect. No. Research, Clara. So okay, this is just the straightforward like Hoopa Sableye with a tech Galarian Zapdos, I imagine. Those two Intillions being down is good news for sure. That top deck is fantastic. That means I don't have to use a rare candy, although in the grand scheme of things, I won't need the bonus damage from LUDICOLO in this matchup, right? So that should be fine. I'll still establish a low that. Like, off of the right hand, I could actually choose to attack with LUDICOLO or Intillion at some point. So, just something important to consider. Didn't think about the fleet-footed sequencing. Probably should have used it earlier, I reckon. Not sure. We'll go ahead and attach, and we'll just go ahead and wait. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So that is enough for a knockout, right? Did I do the math correct this time? Yes, I did. I don't know why I did it so wrong last time. I genuinely don't know. But it's fine. Should be good for now. Alrighty. So their drizzle, like this at best, gets them a hoop up with a choice belt to get a knock on the SUICUNE, which is fair, right? Definitely fair. I did not consider that part. And saving myself with the Cape of Toughness. But we'll see, right? We'll see. As long as the SUICUNE trades 2 for 2, we're good. If I end up trading against this Sableye, that seems alright. And that seems like what's about to happen. I have the rare candy LUDICOLO. This is the one time where it will end up mattering. So I'm actually okay with this. But like, it gets this part out of the way, right? At some point they were going to use Sableye to trade. At some point I was going to want to take a knockout on the Sableye. It's a 2 for 2 exchange. I have the advantage right now. My next SUICUNE should very easily live the next attack. Unless I can pull off another right hand into another Sableye. So I'm feeling confident right now about this. I'm feeling confident. All right. Okay. So I could also just fill up the bench and find a choice belt, right? So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, yeah. I don't even need to fill up my bench. So I'll bench the other SUICUNE, that's fine. I'll go ahead and use fleet-footed. Just find the drizzle directly. Don't need to establish the LUDICOLO. I might want to. I honestly don't know. I'll just grab the choice belt. I think that's okay. So we'll do this. We'll do this. bonus damage is not necessary. I will Melanie, I guess, to get the SUICUNE ready, because with the Melanie, then that allows me to potentially, if I get KO'd at some point, I can boss, right? Because I have that extra bonus attachment. And yeah, I don't think I need anything else really. So we'll just Blizzard Rondo, get the return KO. We traded, like my SUICUNE took 1 KO, then I took 2 prizes. If somehow my opponent was able to take 2 prizes right here, then that would be problematic, but I don't think they can. So then I'll have the advantage, right? They'll attack me, I'll be down to 2 prize cards. They'll attack me, they'll be down to 2 prize cards, then I attack, and then that's it. I think I will probably want to use Intillion at some point though to get a KO, because the Moltres is a little scary. What gives me a little peace though is the fact that they have like very few resources in their hand, and they have very few, like nothing in play, right? So I think that's the key part. Alrighty. So they did go for the research. They will get an attack off right here. That sets up the Moltres nicely, I guess. So I'm considering, yeah, like if they only had 1 Sobble down, I would have considered going after the Sobble. So we're not out of the woods yet. Definitely not out of the woods yet, because they're down 1 Clara though, so that could end up being good. By being down to 2 prizes, they will hit me for 220, so I would survive that hit. So switching now in order to take the KO seems like the way to go, I reckon. So we'll go fleet-footed, we'll go attachment, we'll go retreat. And I mean, I don't mind Hoopa attacking me again, right? I really don't. KOing the pivot could also be potentially important. They're down 1 scoop up net. I don't know how many they play, but KOing the pivoting Pokemon could also be pretty important right here. I think that's what I'm gonna go after. I have access to anything that I could possibly want. I mean, I can establish you, get a little bit of damage. I only have Melanie available though. So important that I do survive the hit, I guess, because I can't Raihan. The Raihan's not gone, it's just prized. So we'll fleet-foot it and we will attack. So I took, I guess, an educated risk by retreating there. If they fail to achieve a 2-prize knockout this turn, and I'm able to power up the SUICUNE afterwards, then I have back-to-back knockouts for my last 2 prizes, and that's it. So interesting dynamics at play right here. Something that I didn't consider is also evolving that Sobble into a Drizzle. In case my opponent didn't evolve for some reason, then I could have gone quick shooting, scoop of net, quick shooting, take a KO, but they just evolved, so that's not going to happen. That could limit their switching options though, so maybe promoting that Sobble would have been better, because I don't know if I have actually, I don't know, never mind. I'm saying silly things. Okay, there's the Clara, so that guarantees them energy. Can they also get a switching card and the Moltres, and then the other Moltres next turn, and somehow get a Tool Scrapper going as well? It seems like a lot of a 4-card hand, right? And when their supporter of choice is a Clara, so I'm not seeing how they could possibly pull this off. I generally don't see how. Even if, for some reason, they went double quick shooting, targeted down the Lotad, and I failed to evolve, even then, it's just not good enough. I guess double quick shooting does get a knockout on the Suicune with the Moltres, so that's what I would have had to worry about, I guess. I think killing the pivot was pretty key here as well. KOing the pivoting Pokemon, which is usually a free retreater, this time it was an Herbalund SUICUNE, can be pretty clutch. Alright, there's Inteleon, there's SUICUNE. So there's Shady Dealings. That gives them more cards, obviously, but it eliminates the quick shooting potential KO. Unless they play Tool Scrubber, right? Then we're in trouble. Or in sort of trouble. Alright, Training Court, and there's a Scoop of Net. But even like they're doing all of this and they won't necessarily achieve a KO, right? If they don't get the KO, then they are in trouble. Unless they play a Tool Scrapper. That's the only redeeming possibility right here. The fact that they might play a Tool Scrapper. And they might be able to access it. And if they do, then props to them, right? Okay, so they do evolve into Drizzle. Are we gonna see a Tool Scrapper right here? We honestly could. Not immediately grabbing it, so perhaps not. If I had let the Suicune be active and get knocked out, then the Cape of Toughness wouldn't have mattered the next turn, because then the next Moltres would have dealt 270 damage, so I think that ends up being the key. That is now the key. That's still not there, right? They're 10 off. Oof. Wow, okay. So they did get there. They did, in fact, get there. Yikes. I wish I had Raihan right about now, because then I could power this guy up and be pretty safe, but because Raihan is still in my last two prize cards, I have to... Well, I don't have to. I have another Suicune, right? I can use a clean Suicune. Oof, that was pretty well done by my opponent. Alright, so let's just quick ball, grab our last Suicune, which is clean in terms of HP. We'll do this, we'll do this. And we'll do this. We will quick shooting. Go to this friend. I mean, it doesn't really matter, honestly. And sure, we'll do fleet-footed, and then can they power up another Moltres, right? If they can, then it's game over. If they can't, then it's game over. So the ball is on their court. Really well played by my opponent. The Choice Belt, the SUICUNE making a big difference. The SUICUNE actually making a big difference. So they need the Moltres, the Energies, and the switching card. So do they play more than 2 Claras? Do they play more than 2 Scoop of Nets and an Herballoon? Those are the questions that we're about to get the answers to. Well, there's a Moltres. There's the Energies. And there's the Inteleon. So I guess the answer is yes. Scoop of Net plus Energy Switch. Or Escape Rope plus Boss plus Energy. Energy Search, not Energy Switch. Oh, Raihan plus... There it is. Yeah, the Raihan does it. The Raihan does it. Very well played. Yeah, very well played by my opponent. Searches for an energy, attaches, retreats, and that... Oh, they had another Scoop of Net. Never mind. Okay. Fair played. Really well executed by my opponent. That turn, right? That turn where we needed the Suicune to survive. And the Raihan being my last prize card. That also influenced quite a bit. Because I guess they didn't need... No, they did need the Raihan right there. They did need to utilize the... Did they? No, actually they didn't. Or maybe they did need the Raihan. I'm not sure. But if we had attacked until then, we would have had a better chance. That's my point. But anyways, The deck's still good. This list feels pretty greedy, but also when it works, right? Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.